Alright, welcome to Moto 2 of Concilium GP. This is round number 5 in Season 7. First Moto should lead into a good battle for the overall for second Moto here, I would think. So, definitely going to keep our eyes on that this entire Moto. Get my results up. Alright, I think we're good. I'm not. I think we're good here. So let's go through the starting order. We have also the staggered starts. Obviously, because I didn't get to film formal, I should probably mention it. A new change coming into the GP racing to make it start a little bit different and a little bit more unique is we actually have staggered starts now for GP. So I think this is kind of cool. Switching it up a little bit this season. So cool little new thing in the GP tracks. Let's go through the starting order. So we have shift, sector, Ramda. Also, did I forget to do the starting order in the first Moto? I think I might have. Whoops. Shift, sector, Ramda, Camby, Vulcan, Opix, Hunter, Blake, Roman, Real Deal, Slaunch, and Luke. And that is your starting order for Moto 2. Oh, I should probably check the time. Well, we'll see it. Here, we'll start on board. We're starting on board with Luke so I can see the time. And green flag, it looks like it's going to be 18:30, so try to remember that. 18:30. Ooh, 4 wide off the start. Pit's going to be very important in this race, so we'll try to keep our eye on those every single lap. And this is great. Great battles all throughout the track, especially in the back right now. All these drivers trying to make up ground. Get to the front as fast as they possibly can. And then you have those overall contenders in the back too. Alright, going into our first lap. It's going to be led by, I think that might have been Ramda. And Hunter is going to go in his pit. A last second decision right there. Oh, that was close too. Look at how close his tires were. A pretty good pit right there out of Hunter. Interesting enough that he decides to take it on the first lap. That is a ballsy strategy. He had to have had like the perfect angle there on everybody else to do that safely. So I would argue a good move out of Hunter right there. I like that move. But Ramda's going to be in the lead. Vulcan in second. And we have a lot of these overall contenders in the back and mid-pack trying to make their way through some of this traffic and work their way to the front. That's going to make this a good overall battle throughout the race. We have more pits coming in. Potentially several drivers here. Opix, Sector, and now Luke, Blake, and Camby all decide to pit as well. I don't know why there were so many people that lap. I figured there would be some, but there's a lot of freaking people pitting that lap. And Sector like loses all the positions. Why? How was Sector's pit that bad? I swear he came in second with Opix. Hold on, we're rewinding, Sector. What did you just do? We're watching this. I'm roasting. Okay, so he has a horrible run and loses the position to Opix entering, but let's see what he does. Okay. Oh my god, Justin. Oh my god. Oh. Did he forget to switch to his pistol as well? Because he still gets off his goose before they do. They end up both pretty much getting on their gooses. Whatever, man. Alright, so after that pit, Opix is going to come out in front of that pack with Luke right behind him, then Blake, then Camby, and then Sector. So a big group of pitters right there. I did not expect that. So that's going to jumble things up a ton. This is going to be a weird moto. In the lead still currently is Armada, then you have Vulcan, and then Real Deal and Slaunch already third and fourth, but you also got to think about the fact that they both have not taken their pits. Roman fifth, and that might even be Shift sixth right there. So but you also got to take into account they have not taken their pits yet. A lot of these other drivers have taken their pits very, very early, and that is going to make things interesting later in the race once everybody has taken their pits. So you got to keep that into account. Let's keep watching this top 6. We have like 2 good sets of battles here. Actually in the top 4. The top fifth and sixth aren't that close anymore, but the top four are all pretty close with each other. Two nice pairs here. And I have to keep my eye on them as well, because when they take their pit, that is when it's going to get really interesting. So definitely got to keep my eye on them. Vulcan looks like he's making gains on Armada, but can't make a move. Keep an eye on the pits. Any takers of this front six? Let me make sure. I don't think all of that top five hasn't taken their pit, and then Shift. Shift is the other driver, so the top six have not taken their pits yet. Everybody else, I'm pretty sure, has. So we're going to be looking at those top six drivers here in a second. Luke gets by Opix there, so that's a big pass. We'll see how that culminates later in the race. Hunter, though, with that first lap pit, gives him a big time advantage. That was a great move. Gets by Shift right there. So now Hunter's worked his way in the top six. That's why I didn't necessarily want to call it the top six anymore. But that top five plus Shift has yet to take their pit. So let's see if they do. Any takers? Roman, maybe? Nope. Nope. No takers yet. And it's going to be important when they do. See how these guys work their way into the mix. The people that take their pits earlier, are they going to gain some positions, or are these people going to hold on to their top positions? And it looks like Real Deal has gained a ton of time on Vulcan, and Vulcan has lost a ton of time on Armada. He must have made a mistake. Perhaps tried too hard to make a move to pass him or something like that. I don't know. I didn't really see it. I'm just guessing that's what happened. Which, I mean, it could have been a good move. I mean, if Vulcan could have gotten by Armada in the lead, he'd be in a very good spot to potentially win this race. So, but again, I'm not really sure what happened. Any pit takers? Oh, Vulcan's going to go into his pit. Oh, that was close, but Real Deal's going to pull it off. And Vulcan, oh, a nice pit out of Real Deal. Very quick on that. Vulcan, though, decided to essentially bring Real Deal into him, or in with him into the pits. And that ended up maybe paying off, because Real Deal had a very strong pit. He gets by Vulcan in the pits, and he works his way out in front of Hunter as well. So Real Deal is like the technical, I think he's like the technical leader right now. I think it's technically, if we're talking about the pit drivers, Real Deal, then Hunter, then Luke. But at the same time, we'll have to see how those drivers come out. Or actually, it's Vulcan. Vulcan just took his pit as well. So those are the top three. Potentially the top three. We have to see how it works out. So right now, in terms of where they are on track, it is still Armada in the lead. It is Slaunch second, Roman third. But those three have not taken their pits yet, and they still have to. And look at that gap. Yeah, it's going to be close, man. Some of these are going to be close. The pit strategy definitely making these GP races interesting, for sure. Especially in this one, with like the two separate packs that are pitting at different times. Very interesting race in terms of pit strategy. My favorite type of strategy. See if any of them take it this time by. Nope, staying out. Looks like they're going to opt to try to stay out as long as possible. If honestly, if I was any of these three drivers, personally, I would take my pit as soon as possible, knowing that this pack is just, they have clear air, they are gaining time, and they are rolling. I would take that pit as early as possible at this point. Like, I feel like they've waited long enough, because at this point, if you're not like really fast, then you could be hurting yourself by staying out here. You might as well just pit and try to come out in front of them. So I'm not sure if I agree with this. I think that at this lap right here, one of these drivers needs to go in the pits. If they don't, then I would say that's a bit of a mistake. I just wanted to check the time there. Looks like we're about like 4 minutes left, potentially, so they might stay out for a little bit longer, but I don't know. Armada especially, I think he should for sure. He should have taken his pit like laps ago. I don't know why he's staying out so long. I mean, I kind of get it, but he's got to be thinking ahead, man. He really should take his pit. Because what's going to happen, I know what's going to happen to Ramda. He's going to make some mistakes. I think he just made one. He's going to make some mistakes, and those mistakes are going to cost him when he takes his pit. Because he's going to come out behind some of those people that he could have came out ahead of. But at the same time, I mean, it's risk-reward. Staying out could work if he runs a clean race. Now that he's made a mistake, I think he should accept that and just take his pit this lap. He's not going to, but I think he should. Come on, Ramda. Do it. Do it. Ugh. Come on, dude. What's Roman doing, too? Come on, bro. It's time. It's time. Take your pit. No reason to wait anymore. Let's get an update on the pit field. It looks like Luke has overtaken Vulcan, and that's about it. Actually, no, we might have another change. Blake now has overtaken Opix as well. So 2 changes in that pit pack while we were watching the top 3. Luke overtook Vulcan, and Blake took over Opix. So yeah, man, these guys are really stretching their strategy thin. Not sure how I feel about this. Alright, thank you. Slaunch is going to take his pit. Let's see how it is. Looks like it's a fairly decent one, but he is going to come out behind Real Deal. Ooh, and Hunter's going to battle with him as well. And Hunter's also going to come out in front of Slaunch. Very interesting. So, potentially, Real Deal, Hunter, Slaunch, and Luke. And look at where Slaunch came out. Yeah, man, if Ramda frickin' took his pit before he made that mistake, I think he could have came out in front of Real Deal. I genuinely think he would have. Oh my god, Ramda. Oh, man. Judging by the gap that Slaunch came out behind them, and here it is. And look, Ramda must have made another mistake because Roman was right there behind him, man. Oh, they're going to lose hella spots. Oh, and Ramda with the choke, he goes back onto the back seat of his Goose and not into the front seat. So he probably wouldn't have come out in the lead anyways if he made that mistake again. So Roman and Ramda, the pit strategy not working out for them. They're coming out behind a lot of these drivers, man. And if he would have pit, like, before he started making those mistakes in front of Slaunch and he had a clean pit, I genuinely think he could have came out somewhere up front, in second at least. So that's just showing, like, sometimes you really stretch it too thin. Oh, man. It could have been good strategy staying out. It could have been good strategy, you know, minus his pit mistake and his 2 mistakes running the track. It could have worked out, but I think he probably should have been thinking ahead and realizing that I'm probably going to make some mistakes. I should probably try to come out in front of these guys. But oh well. You live and you learn. Hunter with the lag spike, and that's going to be a huge lag spike. He's going to lose several spots. He loses a spot to Slaunch, Luke, and Roman. So that is very unfortunate there for Hunter. Goes from... just goes from 2nd to 5th, man. That sucks. But all the pit strategy is essentially out of the window at this point. It is just the battle between these drivers to the finish. And look at the time. I don't remember the time. Is this going to be 2 to go? It's 1840, right? I think this is 2 to go right here. Alright, let's just assume this is 2 to go. I'm pretty sure it is. Real Deal in the lead. Gonna try to hold on to that. Slaunch and Luke 2nd and 3rd behind him. Potential contenders. And for the overall, Real Deal would win the overall here. In order for Luke to take the overall, I think he needs to pass Slaunch. So, Real Deal's in a solid position for the overall here. And it's all going to be if Luke can make a move, because he's right behind Slaunch, but making moves on this track is difficult. Coming out to the white flag, and Real Deal going to try to hold on to this one. 1 lap remaining, and he's got several hungry drivers right behind him. Very close. At the same time, this might be a disadvantage for Slaunch, because Luke knows it doesn't really matter if Real Deal wins. If he passes Slaunch, he takes this overall, so Luke's probably not really caring about where Real Deal finishes. He's just trying to get by Slaunch, so I think it's kind of a disadvantage for Slaunch, because you got to worry about the guy behind you while you're trying to make the move for this win. And the only way he gets the overall is if he passes Real Deal. So this is a very interesting overall situation right here. These drivers bumper to bumper, just a few corners left, and the race is going to be over. All of them right on each other, going into the cave. We're going to go into the cave for once, trying to make the moves, but the moves aren't going to happen. And Real Deal's going to hold on. Just a few more laps there, and that could have been a very interesting race. But Real Deal holds on. Going to take the win and the overall. Moto 2 results are Real Deal in 1st with 17, Slaunch 2nd with 15, Luke 3rd with 14, Roman 4th with 13, Armada 5th, his first top 5 of the season. So still, still a pretty respectable finish, right? Wait, does that mean that he lost a spot to Hunter? Oh, Hunter must have lost a spot to him. Wow, it's unfortunate. So Armada, with some fortunate circumstances for once working out in his favor, takes his first top 5 of the season. Hunter takes 6th, Vulcan 7th, Opix 8th, Blake 9th, 10th, Camby 11th Sector, and Shift 12th. Overall results, Real Deal's going to take his 3rd overall of the season and his 3rd Moto win. To couple with that, is going to get 32 points in 1st overall. 2nd overall is going to be Luke with 31. 3rd overall is going to be Slunch with 30. 4th overall is going to be Roman with 26. 5th overall is going to be Hunter with 22. Blake's going to be 6th overall with 20. Opix, Armada, and Vulcan 7th, 8th, and 9th overall, all scoring 19 points. Camby 10th with 15 points. Sector 11th with 12 points. Shift 12th with 10 points. So there's your overall finish for Concilium, a solid race, and now we're just looking forward to Barvo coming up. Well, Barvo and Portugal, which I should both do tomorrow afternoon. So expect both of those races coming tomorrow afternoon, and at that point I'll be caught up on Twitch at least. I still need to upload the videos to YouTube, so it's not that bad. It only takes like, what, 3 days to catch up? Not that bad. Alright, well, I'm taking a break here. I'll be back on streaming again in 2 hours probably, so later.